Hey everybody, John, your favorite remote CPA here, and right now we're going to talk about how to submit documents to remote CPA in the most effective methods so that you don't get frustrated, we don't get frustrated, and we can respond to your request and get it taken care of as soon as possible. So let's go. So first, we have to talk about sensitive information. This is a big topic because of the IRS, and unfortunately, there are numerous security flaws with email. They almost always have to go through multiple servers. They're never officially encrypted, and they can be easily spoofed, meaning a lot of times people can send an email from a email address that might appear to be you. So we really can't send sensitive information through email because it's just not encrypted. And in fact, the IRS requirements prohibit us from sharing documents with your sensitive information with you uh, through an unencrypted method. So that means we always have to use some kind of encrypted file sharing service. And specifically, the IRS mentions personally identifiable information, aka PII. It just cannot be sent through unencrypted means. When you send it, obviously we can receive it, but we highly discourage you from sending it that way. And we certainly can't take any responsibility if you know your social security number is hijacked or anything like that. But we use a variety of solutions. Um, they vary quite a bit based on the type of document. So when in doubt, you can check out this link, www.remotecpa.com/upload. And there is just an upload button, and you can click it and you can upload any kind of document that you need to get to us. But let's talk about some other ways of getting us documents, because imagine if you have a receipt. Every time you have a receipt, you don't want to go to that bookmark URL. You don't want to submit things that way because receipts are so much more numerous. And usually receipts don't contain sensitive information, but we don't want these through email because they're really going to bog us down, and it's going to go into your dedicated inbox that we use to communicate with us. So if you send us other emails, like a question that you need an answer with as soon as possible, those receipts could really distract us from what you need the most. So we do a client by client assessment for what tools are best. So it's not always the same standard operating procedure for all of our clients who are submitting receipts. Some acceptable solutions that we might encourage you to use include Google Drive. So you can create a shared folder in your Google Drive, and on the Google Drive app, there's a really nice plus button where you can hit that and you can take a picture of your receipts, and it will upload into that shared drive, and then we can log into that shared drive either once a month or a couple times a month, depending on your package with us, and we can just get all of those receipts recorded when we pull them. The other option, if you use Buildertrend, it has the receipts function. That's pretty good. It will allow us to code things to your correct cost codes and then post them to QuickBooks. And then finally, if you're not a Buildertrend client, you can use DexPrepare. The reason that this is a viable solution for those who are not using Buildertrend is because DexPrepare doesn't allow us to publish to QuickBooks as products and services, and that's necessary in order for us to continue pushing things to Buildertrend. And while we're on it, the QuickBooks receipts functionality isn't quite there yet, so please hold off on using that for now. Next, we have bills and invoices. So for payables, you'd like us to process through your payroll approval matrix and hit that button to pay those payables. You can send those to payables@remotecpa.com. And if you would like us to generate invoices in order to bill your customers or get that next draw payment that you're looking for, you can send those to invoices@remotecpa.com, and we have someone always managing those inboxes. But please note, these services must be included in your remote CPA engagement. We do have some clients who don't utilize these services, so they're on a lower package. As far as bank statements, these are once a month documents that we need in order to reconcile and close your books. The client portal is going to be the best place to submit bank statements because it meets all of the IRS encryption requirements. We really don't recommend sending these through email. We really don't recommend sending them through Dext or Builder-Trend receipts, or if you have a dedicated folder for your receipts in Google Drive, we recommend keeping bank statements separate from receipts. You will be prompted as a monthly reminder in the portal to upload your bank statements, and we really need those back within 48 hours in order to complete your month-end close on time. So you can help us tremendously just by responding to that question directly in the portal, attaching those statements through that secure method, and we can take it from there. However, if you didn't receive a specific prompt for a statement, because we create a question for every statement that we need on a monthly basis, that means we might not be aware that we need to reconcile that statement or that account. So please upload that statement using the remotecpa.com/upload link, and then send us an email to make sure that we're going to go ahead and reconcile that account, because if it's something new, maybe you opened a new credit card, we might not even know that that account exists, and we also want to get it hooked up to the bank feed. Then let's talk about submitting payroll documents. So setup documents need to be submitted securely at the remotecpa.com/upload link. And as of this recording, we actually have a payroll setup link there for new employees, and people can go and put in their information directly to that secure form. Or you can upload these directly into the portal, but please don't email us any payroll setup forms, because usually they at least contain sensitive company tax ID numbers, or even worse, sensitive employee tax ID numbers. So we really want to avoid that information getting hijacked. Pay stubs are also considered sensitive information, and they should be accessed directly from the payroll system. So whoever we're using as your payroll processor, maybe ADP or Gusto, employees should have their own login where they can get in there and retrieve their pay stubs. Along with that, usually there's a lot of other self-service features. So encourage your employees to use those self-service systems to get signed in and set up. However, hours worked or amounts to run in payroll are not as sensitive, and they can be sent through email as long as there are no taxpayer identification numbers or any other personal identifiable information. So keep that in mind. W-9s and certificates of insurance, these are best uploaded through the portal. Although an employer identification number isn't as sensitive as a social security number, it's best practice just to upload them all to the portal. Please don't send W-9s through the email. We can send a direct request from the portal for your new vendors to upload their W-9s. We just need an alert from you first. And as always, it's best not to pay any vendors until you have received their W-9, even if you aren't sure that you will need to send them a 1099 at year end. So just to recap, W-9s and COIs absolutely best submitted through the portal, and we can even reach out to your vendors on your behalf to request those through the secure system. And last but not least, just overall tips. If you are sharing other types of documents with us, we appreciate those coming in the original format. For example, an Excel file should be submitted to us as an Excel file. Please don't save a spreadsheet as a PDF, because we're probably going to have to recalculate some of the cells or see how you came up with the numbers. So if you send it as a PDF, we're just going to have to convert it right back into a spreadsheet, or we're going to have to reach out to you to obtain that spreadsheet. Please only submit information once. We really get bogged down with multiple submitted documents. So if you get an invoice and a payment receipt, probably only submit one of those to us. And then if you are using Dext, the email forwarding feature won't pick up any notes you might add in the email body or the subject line. So I hope you enjoy these tips, and I'm so thankful for all the documents that you send our way. Even if you make a few mistakes, we will work with it. And as always, thanks for being a Remote CPA client.